Hashtag Real After Party on Real 92.3. Me, DJ Damage, Letty, and Dre Sinatra.
Yeah,
got the man in the building.
We're gonna have cloth talk. That big talk alert. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Khaled in the studio.
That's right, man. Damage, what's up, boy?
Yo, man, it's good to have you here today.
Man, it feels good to be in LA, and I be listening to y'all every day when I'm out here, man. Y'all sound great.
Thank
and
you.
when I'm at home, or in Miami on the road, I'll be watching y'all's Instagram when y'all
Our videos?
Yeah, y'all videos.
He really does comment on the Instagram.
Yeah.
So I be like,
he
whoa,
does.
like,
comment all the time. I'm
yo.
tuned in. I'm tuned in.
I'm serious.
So like, you know what I mean? I love to be in tune.
What's going
on? And that's how I make my music too, just being in tune of the energy and the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you really brought sunshine out here. It was raining
know.
for the last couple of days,
know,
and now
yeah.
it's clear. Thank you, Khaled.
It's all love. It's that heat, that Miami heat.
That Miami
You feel me? Little LA, we cousins,
That's real.
We needed that, man.
I mean, y'all sunshine almost every day though.
Now, I want to take a few days back. How did you bring in the new year?
I DJ'd in Vegas. I did Lava and Tao. I was with my brother Dre and all my good friends and family, my lady, everybody. We just celebrated in the room. Then we went to the club and tore it down legendary. But me personally, just praying, you know what I'm saying, just giving thanks for another year and just a vibe, you know what I mean? I feel like this is the year of the connection.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's been like, for me, like 25 years of blood, sweat, and tears. And I feel like this is the year that everything's connecting. You know what I mean? So it feel good. You know what I mean? Breaking new artists like Kent Jones and, you know what I mean? And me doing, movies and
We had our real birthday bash.
yeah, and I'm performing at birthday bash this year, and I'm saying, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be a big year, and we're doing a lot of big things, and I got a lot of big surprises for all my fans out there.
Yo, they called it, my preacher, not to get all churchy, but my preacher called it the year of the reward. And then just coinciding with your snaps, he brings you up in church. So to see that you not only transcend to the social networks, to just pop culture, people are really using what you say and how you say it as ways to get a message across.
Yeah.
Is that something that that you've been doing?
I mean, I've been doing that all my life. I know everybody is loving me on the snap, and I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. But that's just me being me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those that know me know that's me for real.
Right.
Like, know me personally. And the beautiful thing about it is that all the new fans and the new people that got love, you know what I'm saying, it's great because they're inspired. And if anybody that knows me, they usually get inspired off of me. If I walk in a room, if I'm in the studio working with an artist, I bring a certain energy, and that's why you hear some of my records like that, that kind of stand out. You know what I'm saying? Even from the production and to the hooks, and it stands out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking cloth talk, meaning as in real talk, and inspiring the young world, because when I was coming up, they ain't give me the keys. They hid the keys from me. You know what I'm saying?
Had to find them.
Damage, you got a story about your radio career. Like, I know some of Damage's story. I don't know if he's ever told y'all it, but he went through the mud to get where he's at right now, from
Word
TV
up.
to radio, and they hid the keys from him too, and they
definitely
locked
took
the
the
door.
keys.
But see, we gotta take the door down, and sometimes we just gotta open the door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting the young world know, I'm giving you game. And it's raw, straight up real. You know what I mean? They kick you when you down. They want to kick it with you when you up. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
When you are down, though, I know you inspire so many people in your Snapchat and with your words, but who inspires you? Who do you talk to that brings you up?
I mean, God, I always say God is great and God is the greatest, because he is. You got to remember, we have life. So when you have life, you can accomplish anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the realest it gets. Right now, Damage, you could be mad, or tomorrow, God forbid, you went to jail. You have life to fix it and to overcome it. Yes, you're going to have roadblocks. Yes, it's going to rain one day. I respect the ones that weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? That make it out the storm, because there is sunshine. You know what I mean? And that's real life, talking about every situation. You know what I mean? And that's why you hear a lot of them records when I make Never Surrender, and they don't love you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are starting to figure it out. Like, these are messages that we really like put out there, because, you know what I mean, I'm so hood. You know what I'm saying? All I do is win. All these great records, you know what I'm saying? It's just real talk, real everyday life to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been through so much stuff, man. Like, I can't even talk about.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You know
saying,
what I'm
Khaled.
saying?
Because like you have a mentality that has to be ingrained in you from when you didn't have anything or when you weren't always winning.
Yeah.
How do you keep from those moments of when those doors were in your face or when they were saying no or hiding the keys from you to keep on?
You know, God. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I pray walking, like literally when I was taking a picture that's in my head. Or I pray, you know, I just pray a lot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not about just putting your hands together. Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and just, you know, while you
Think.
like it be like a vibe. Like, you know, when I'm performing on stage and the crowd go crazy, I mean, I'm like, I be saying to myself, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are that's the energy, and that's somebody you could talk to at all times that's available.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when times get hard, who do we go to? God. You know what I'm saying? So we got to
takes
go
the
to him every
call.
day,
Right.
every second. You know what I'm saying? And that is that. I got good people around me too. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that are not good, we threw them away, meaning as in, you're trash. You're garbage.
You're not cloth.
Yeah, you're not cloth. You can't be around me. You they. You know what I'm saying? They don't want me to be on this show.
Yo!
So what we're going to do is be on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of theys
you know,
out there,
they
bro.
don't want me to have these headphones.
Exactly.
But guess
And
what?
we the best headphones.
We got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now for 2017, I know 2016. I know last year, you know, you were saying a lot of magazines didn't have you on the cover. Are we
Yeah.
going to break these covers down this year? Is that a goal of yours, or are you going to have your own magazine?
I mean, that might be the new goal, to have my own magazine. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I think. Like,
Yeah.
I've always been something about ownership. You know what I'm saying? Meaning as in, I never waited for a promoter to hire me. When I was a kid, 15 years old, 14 years old, started DJing, you know, ask my crew. They'll tell you, we rented the hall. We passed out flyers, the graffiti flyers. It cost $5 to get in.
Right.
We're the promoters. We're the owners. We're not gonna wait for somebody that hire me for my talent, so I do it on my own.
Do it myself.
And then the people love it. Now they want to hire me.
Yep.
Now you gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
it's just the way it go. You know what I'm saying? I've always been to set my goals high and accomplish them. And you know, success don't happen overnight.
Right.
And that's why I always promote and preach that ride with me through the pathway of more success. And notice how I said more though, because we successful.
Right.
And when I say successful, it doesn't have to be saying you're rich and having money and cars and all that. There's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
What I'm saying is, man, you're successful, you have life, you breathing, we got opportunities to win more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when they told me, Cal, you need to get a Hyundai. I told them, so I went and bought a Phantom. You know what I'm saying? No, but
Yeah, no, that's
you see what
real.
I'm saying? Like, you know, I was selling Big Boy the other day. I was like, yo, you know, when you go to a restaurant, you know, when you get something to eat, you know, it costs money to eat.
Right.
Like, you know, you have to pay them to eat what you want for your body.
For your, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to make money.
In
Like,
order to.
no, like,
yeah.
You know your AC. You know there's an AC bill. Like, there's a light bill.
Yeah.
You have to make money. So I just want to let the young world know it's okay to make a lot of money. Like, you know, that's not a crime.
Right.
That's not, get money. Like, if you want something nice, my man came in here with snakeskin Jordans.
Yep.
That cost like $3,000. Get money, because he want to get it.
Right.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm inspiring the young moguls, the young hustlers, because when I was growing up, they never told me that. They hid the keys. They never told me how to get the money. I had to figure it out on my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell my people. I'm going to tell Damage. I'm going to tell everybody, yo, this is how we got to do it. Number one key is we got to work hard.
Right.
Of course, the master key is God. You know what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, so, you know, we got to hustle, man. And there's nothing wrong with wanting something nice and looking good.
Right.
It's just nothing wrong with that. And I seen people actually discourage people and say, oh, man, he drive a Rolls Royce. He think, what you want me to do, drive a Hyundai?
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with a Hyundai.
Bro, we live in that time,
Nothing
though.
wrong with a Hyundai.
Yeah, we live
There's
in-
nothing wrong with a Hyundai. I promise you. A Hyundai can come to me right now. I'll drive it.
Right.
But if I want a Rolls Royce, I
Let
want a
me.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
If I want a BMW, if I want a Honda, if I want a Range Rover, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a goal. The same way you might want to be the number one DJ in the world or the number one radio station. It's a goal.
Right.
Get it. Like, don't make no excuses. Don't let nobody discourage the pathway of more success.
Right.
Basically.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
That's real. Yo, Khaled, I just want to know when you came in with your Snapchats, and a lot of people are like, there's different products that are involved now. Like, I want to talk about cocoa butter, for example. I know when Hope started shouting out Cristal had a problem with it. Is there any products that you may use just because you mess with them that people are like, yo, don't use our product? Or have you been seen with embracing on that?
I haven't experienced that. The cocoa butter thing was... it's really what I use.
Right.
You know, for like the longest, forever, I've been using it. I don't really use cologne because it gives me headaches. And I got sensitive skin. And I feel like the cocoa butter, what happened with the cocoa butter makes me, you know, on my snap I said, why live smooth? Why live rough? You know what I mean? Like, to put that cocoa butter all over my body.
Smooth.
But the thing is that the ladies always just come to me and say, Cal, you smell so good. And I'm like, it's the cocoa butter. You know, and of course the natural cloth of me, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, and for everybody out there, cocoa butter's not endorsing me. But
hello,
cocoa butter, if you're ready to endorse me,
trying to cut that check.
The smartest thing you ever would do is endorse me. Or let me endorse you. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is all organic of me being who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What happened was with Snapchat was y'all experience things y'all never seen. Like when I water my plants. You know what I'm saying? Me having my lion, and you know, I'm really am a lion. You know what I mean? I'm Lion Order. This is Lion Order right now. This mic is I'm supposed to be here telling you this. Lion Order. You know what I mean? You know, I'm in the jungle right now.
Right.
You know, the world is the jungle. You know what I mean? So, you know, we got to be the lion. You know what I'm saying?
Navigating
like
through
the king of the jungle. We got to, you know what it is. It's real out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I see a lot of celebrities too. Kind of, I feel like your relationships and why you can get people on songs. I know a lot of people are like, yo, how do you get Drake? How do you get so and so to get on this song? Is because you have this energy that you prior to Snapchat.
Yeah, so, definitely. A lot of the artists I've came up in the game with. You know, I've known Damage for a long time. Like Ross or Lil Wayne or Fat Joe, Cool and Dre that's in the house. You know what I'm saying? I can name 100 more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? T.I. All, you know, we all came up in a time and we were all climbing the mountaintop.
Right.
Some had platinum records before I had a platinum record. Then I had platinum records, and we all had platinum records. We all climbed the mountain together. So when we go in the studio together, we respect each other because we know where we come from and how we started. And the number one reason why we're in the studio together is because if we want to win, like you know what I'm saying? More like so if I come to an artist and say, hey, I want you to be on a DJ Khaled record, you know what I mean? Most of the artists know that Khaled's gonna come with a dope idea and a dope presentation and might be a great idea to get on the record. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be a big event for the fans.
So that's what they can expect from you when artists get in the studio with you. You can present it really well. The concept, the song, beat, everything.
Each record has a different story. But yes, you know, 99% of the records is, you know, me and my team in the studio and we cooking up, coming up with dope ideas. And, you know, before I go see some of these amazing artists, I like to, you know, tell them what's on my mind and how I'm feeling. And this is how I would love it to sound. And can you put your greatness on there and add your greatness to it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why you hear some of these amazing anthems. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you know, I'm definitely one of the greatest putting the biggest anthems out. And I'm up to something too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Uh-oh.
Now, speaking of bringing people together, just a few days ago, you were in the club with Lil Wayne, Birdman, and Drake.
Movie.
Now, that's the type of energy that we're talking about, how you could just bring people together. What was that experience like? Because, you know, there's like this, I don't know.
It's like an underlying tension,
yeah, there's like this underlying, we don't really know what it is, but this situation between Lil Wayne
actually,
and Birdman.
I wasn't in the club. I reposted a picture.
You reposted it?
Yeah, I reposted a picture, and I put on the Instagram, man, I love to see this.
Right.
Love is always the answer. You know, I don't know what they talking about. Those are all my friends, obviously, y'all know that. But, you know, what they figured out, all I know is I'm looking at a picture and I had a comment on the love and reposted and say, I love this. And I always tell people love is the answer because it is. You know, clean heart, clean soul is always the answer. Even when the most evil has come your way and you have to protect yourself from something, love is still the answer. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you have to go to bed and feel good and have a clean face. You know what I'm saying? And I know always for a fact, love is the answer. So when I seen that picture, I felt, damn, I love to see them together. I don't want them to see them separated.
Right.
I don't want to be they. I'm not they. Anybody that want to see them separated
Is a they.
Yeah, like you don't want to see that. Them people are a team of reason why we're here today.
That's right.
And this music game, you know what I mean?
They did a lot.
And you don't want the new generation to see a family separate because, you know, that's a family. Nobody wants to see their family separate, a brother and sister, or a brother and an uncle, or a father or a mother. You don't want to see separation. You know what I mean? And then if there is a situation, it's not my business.
Right.
And only thing that's my business is to show love and say, yo, I hope y'all work it out in love, because those are all my brothers.
What about when someone has an issue with Khaled? How do you work? Do you kind of just let them be?
If you have an issue with me, that's your problem. And you can't come in my airspace. You know what I'm saying? I don't allow anything to pull me down or discourage my vision.
Right.
And that's they. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you have to love me or like me, but anybody that wants to put out a negative energy to pull somebody down and say, hey, I don't like blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You took time of your day to say that. Like, I don't have time to say that.
You won't mention the name,
you know,
right?
I am human. You know, we always have our little vibes, boom, boom. That's normal, cool. But you know what I mean, going out your way to try to...
discredit somebody.
To discredit somebody, or what that going to do for you? And notice how I said to them or they, whatever, because I'm good. Meaning as in, even if... Basically what I'm trying to say is, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your problem? Because... I'm not with it, and I roll clean. I got a clean face, you know. And when I say clean face, I ain't talking about just putting my dove and clean on my face. No, I got a clean face, meaning I'm respected. You know what I mean? I go to bed at night and I wake up and I know my face is clean. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dirty faces out there. My hands is clean
and smooth.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Live life smooth.
Smooth. Special cloth.
That's right.
Yo, can we play this game now?
Yeah, we should
We got
play.
a game called The
All right.
Realest. We know you're the realest, Khaled, but we got to run you through it, man.
So it's a little awkward, personal questions, but all in fun.
Okay.
Okay, so your first question is, the last time you lost your keys.
Last time you lost the key.
It could be physical keys. It could be the keys to success. Last time you lost it.
I've never lost no keys.
No keys?
And if it was a physical key, I
Never
had to use the real key. It's called my mind. Figure it out. But I never
If you
lose my keys.
lost the key to your house, you would get in the house anyway.
Absolutely, I have no choice.
No locksmith?
It's called break the door down. That's life.
Would you break your own door down?
Of course. I gotta get in my house.
You wouldn't like break a window, you'll break the door?
If I had to break the door, window, whatever it is, I gotta do what I gotta do. Guess what? We have life. We can fix it.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
All right, what about this one, Khaled? Last time you caught someone lying
Yeah.
on you.
Oh, liar. I hate liars, and,
Right.
and I hate to use the word hate, but
Right.
I dislike liars.
Uh-huh.
It don't make sense to me. Even if I had to tell somebody something I really don't want to tell them,
Right.
I'd rather just be honest, because I think you're gonna respect me more, and we might can figure it out together to make the situation happen instead of just lying.
Right.
Like I asked Fuzz, Fuzz, can you give me the morning show? Can I get a copy of that? He could have been like, nah, or he could have been like, yeah, nah, give it to me, or I can't give it to you because
Right.
I got to get approval. Just be honest with me in any situation.
What's the reasoning?
Because
Yeah.
after that, you good. Like you walk away like you know what's up. See, when people lie, it's just hard to deal with you again.
Right.
And then you give them another chance, and you deal with them again. Then you're gonna have in your head trust issues.
The repetitiveness.
Yeah, and then
that
you're
they
gonna
go-
be like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So was it like a time that you could think of when somebody tried to lie on you? You like, man.
Oh, they
that's
lie
right.
all the time. Man, they lie, man. Man. The closest one to you will lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, you know, you try to encourage them not to lie. You know, sometimes people don't lie mean to lie. They just rather not disappoint you.
Oh, okay.
So this is, sometimes there's different
Saving
type of
face.
lies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I'd rather just be honest, and there's different ways you can present it.
Okay.
You can say in different tones or word it different, and it's still gonna get the message across.
All right, here's the next question.
All right, here's the next one. Rick Ross would kill me if he knew. Uh-oh, it's in your head.
He would never. We got too much of a.
All right, Rick Ross would be like, yo, come on, Kelly, what happened? If He knew.
Nah, me and him got a special relationship, meaning as in this special cloth. We got too much respect for each other.
Y'all ain't never got into arguments?
Real arguments, no. Like
Arguments over teams or something? Yeah.
Yeah, fun arguments.
Yeah.
Fun arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But never like no real argument. You know, me and Ross got a special relationship. You gotta understand, like, that's the movement. And this year is the 10-year anniversary for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Meaning as in putting out music and albums, you know what I'm saying? It's 10-year anniversary for We the Best. I got something special I'ma do. And so like that's the original movement coming out of Miami, me, Cool and Dre, Ross, and there's tons of other people I can name. But I'm saying it's like we got a special relationship, man. When we see each other, we laugh and smile, and we happy for each other. You got to understand, we you know, we've been through a lot to get where we at. So when we do see each other, it's laughter and fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, here's the next one. I'm not a hater, but I hate it when.
Here we go.
I'm not a hater, but I hate it when they are around me.
Can you spot a they?
Yeah, who's they?
Man, this is sad, but if the world is this big, this many of them is that. But no, let me rephrase that. There's actually more love than they. Way more love than they. Obviously, you see all my fans,
right?
How they come out and show love. That's all love. So imagine that they's like this small. So you can see them because technology these days. I guess if you posted a picture of, they might
they'll go in on the comments, right?
That's a they, and guess what? You usually never see them physically, and then you see the they physically, meaning as in somebody physically trying to hurt you. Today they might rob you, or they might, you know, want to fight you.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of they out there, and then there's different days. There's days that move silent, that, you know, put the padlock and different locks on the door. And then there's the most craziest day that hug you.
They'll wish you bad.
No, they hug you and love you, and it's like a fake love, but it's like they it's that snake.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like talking about it.
Scary day. Yo, you passed our test. You are the realest. Thank you, DJ Khaled.
Khaled, thank you so much for coming through, man. Rocking out the after
all
party.
love. I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. We're gonna do it big for the birthday show.
Real birthday bash.
You know
DJ Khaled coming out.
Hold up, I got one question too for Khaled, man. Since you're on the West Coast, man, are you listening to any West Coast artists? Is there anybody that you rock with or that you would like to work with on the West Coast?
Yeah, I love Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Game fan forever.
Dope.
Those are icons. You know what I'm saying? I love everything coming out the West. You know what I'm saying? You know, YG. You know, shout to Mustard. Nipsey, I love Nipsey. Woo. It's so many. Y'all been had a big movement. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And I just love the new young artists. And I would love to work with them. So if y'all hear me, let's work.
Yo, Khaled, before you go, there's certain people that can't reach you, like the fans and the listeners that do have questions for you. They might want some advice from you. Is it okay if I let you know what they want to know? Okay, so our dude, Mr. E9, he said, what's the key to success for teaching my high school students? They're so rowdy.
They're so rowdy. Teach them something they want to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Make teaching fun. Make it inspirational. Make it motivational. Sometimes when you teach, you make it feel like it's an obligation,
right?
And it becomes like stress. Make it where, I want to do this. And if you do this, guess what? The victory is called more greatness.
Ooh.
So you have to really teach them why you want to be taught, and you know what I'm saying? And so they can know, you know?
Fun. There you go, teachers. Okay, Jeez Louise said he wants to know a key to success for husky dudes to prosper.
I mean, you should always. Me personally, I'm a sex symbol, and I'm chubby, fat, husky, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm one of the flies. I think they need to put me on GQ with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm fly, but I think you should work out. I think you should eat better to feel better. And if you decide to lose pounds from that, that's what you decide to do.
Right.
With it. But I think if he got some type of issues going on in his head, you should work out, and while you're still heavy husky, you feel good heavy husky. You know
Embrace
what I mean?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if you got a girl and you on that treadmill for an hour, I promise you, you go home after that treadmill an hour, just know
It's so.
it's a whole nother respect.
Okay, lastly, Nate Gonzo. He said, how do I get rid of the days in my life?
Very easy. It's called never entertain them.
Ooh.
And if you experience a physical they around you, you just have to, straight up cut, all ties. You know what I'm saying? In a way where it doesn't become physical or nothing, because we ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta get rid of trash. Like when you throw out the trash at the crib,
right?
Trash starts
Bad.
stinking,
Yeah.
or it gets overflowed. Throw it out. Just throw it out, man. I know I have. And it took me a long time to do that.
Yeah,
because the
'cause
thing
you
is
have a
that,
heart.
yeah, I'm such a good guy. But in the last 2 years, been cleaning up. Been cleaning up. I love it.
Take out the trash. There you go. Thank you, DJ Khaled.
I appreciate it.
Khaled!
Thank you, man.